Question 19. On Finch Island, there are bullfinches and chaffinches. That's why it's called Finch Island. Makes sense. In the spring of 2013, the population of bullfinches was 6,700 and was decreasing by 3% every year. Sad times. But the good news, population of chaffinches was 4,800 and is increasing by 4% each year. Fantastic. In the spring of which year will the populations of chaffinches first be greater than that of the bullfinches? Show you're working out clearly. All right, so the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to split my page up just so I can see my working out a bit more clear. Into this side, I'm going to go for the sad bullfinches who are dwindling. And on this side, we're going to go for the happy little chaffinches which are increasing. Okay, when you are doing this, okay, the mistake that a lot of people make is they will kind of work out 3% of it and then keep taking it off, or 4% keep adding it on, depending on which one you're doing, and just keep that the same every year. But if we think of the bullfinches, okay, the first year, it's 3% of the 6,700. In the second year, the 3% it's decreasing off is of the new total, so we can't do that. We'll have to do a new sum every single time. And this is where we can use something called the compound interest formula. And the formula for that is original times rate to the power n. Okay, the rate being like what it's increasing or decreasing of, and n being the number of years. So that's the original, obviously, what you started with. So let's do that for the first year for the bullfinches first of all. So 6,700 was the original amount, times by the rate. It's decreasing by 3% every year, so 97% or 0.97, and this is after 1 year, would give us, and this is why we have the calculator, times 0.97 equals 6,499. I'm going to do a few years for the bullfinch and then do the chaffinch, just because then I can just press the replay button on my calculator and just keep changing the number, which makes life a little bit easier. Alright, so second year, so that's first year. Second year, so 6,700 times 0.97 to the power 2 equals 6304.03, but I'm just not writing that down, and that is after the second year. Okay, and notice each time I'm writing it down the nearest whole number, but I am using the full, I'm typing in the full formula, because otherwise if you round it you do sort of lose errors as you go through. Alright, do the third year, so do the same formula but change it to a 3. I'm going to stop writing down the formula because I've written it down a couple of times. So third year is going to be 6115 if you round it correctly. Fourth year, so use your replay button on your calculator, go back, change it to a 4, press equals, and you'll get 5931. So fourth year equals 5931. Okay, and I'm just going to stop there for the bullfinches, and I'm going to move on to my lovely little chaffinches. Alright, so for this one, they're increasing. So original 4,800, and it's increasing by 4%. So after the first year, you'd have 104%, 1.04 to the power 1. Work that out for the first year. So 48,000 times 1.04 equals 4992. Okay. Remember, we want the chaffinches to be more than the bullfinches. 4992 isn't bigger than 6499, so it's not after 1 year. Alright, so then start putting in the powers. So 4,800 times 1.04 squared. Okay, so this is after the second year. And we get an answer of 5192. So 5192. So that was first year. This is the second year. That's not bigger than the second year of bullfinches because they were 6304. Alright, I'm going to stop writing down the full formula. I'm just going to stick it in my calculator. Okay. After the third year, so third year, I get 5399. It's still not bigger. And after the fourth year, I get delete 4 equals 5615. We can see that it's getting close, but it's not quite there yet. Alright, so let's keep going. Let's do a fifth year for the old chaffinches. So change the 4 to a 5, press equals, and we get 5840. 5840. And I'll tell you what, we'll just do a sixth year for there while we're there. So makes it quicker. So 6th year, 6074. So 6074 is the 6th year. All right. Okay, let's go back to our bullfinches. So it was 6700 times 0.97 to the power of, and we were up to 5. And that gives us the 5th year for these lovely bullfinches. There is only 5754. And that is it. That's what we want, because look, this number is smaller than this number. So in the 5th year, the number's actually smaller. In order to get the mark for this question, you have to have those workings out, because it does say show your work clearly. Okay? And the very last bit we need is the answer is the year of it. So we started in 2013, it's 5 years later, so 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18. So the answer is 2018. Like I said, it's all about the numbers for that. If you've got 2018, you could still have the whole thing completely wrong. You need to make sure you've got the working out there as well.